Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Comic Book Users. Welcome to another episode of the show. It's Villain Spotlight once again today, alongside Mr. Wild Bill. We're going to take a look at the Molten Man, Spider-Man villain, classic villain.
Yes, I got
not a long-standing villain, but a classic villain.
No. I only have 2 issues. I have every Spider-Man from 100 to 300, and he's only in 2 issues because he dies.
But
spoiler alert. But Pete has the first 2 issues, which are
first 2, yeah. So this is going all back. So this is issue number 28. So this is what 1964,
65,
something like that. So
because it came out in 72, so that's going to be 65.
Yeah. So the first appearance.
That's a hard book to find in good shape because of the black cover.
Yeah.
Right.
This is, and I've had this for a number of years, but this is. I bought this at a con actually.
It's in really good shape.
It's in really good shape. And then of course he came back just a few issues later. This one's not in as good shape, but it's okay.
But in
number 35,
in his debut, I guess Parker goes to a lab of the inventor Smythe, and that's Dr. Smythe is the guy who created the robot that J. Jonah Jameson used to fight Spider-Man. So when Parker's in that lab, he witnesses an argument between Mark Raxton, who later becomes the Molten Man. Well, Mark Raxton and Smythe are getting in an argument, and it results in an accident. I don't know what exactly happens, but he probably gets pushed into something, and he becomes the Molten Man. But of course, realizing his power, he decides to become a villain. But in those early issues, Peter Parker basically talks him out of pursuing crime.
He kind of just looks like a golden man. Never mind Molten Man, but he is like really hot to the touch, like molten gold or molten lava, something like that. So every time like Spider-Man touches him, it's like it's kind of
getting a hot foot.
Yeah, but I mean,
but they don't make him look. They don't make him look like the Human Torch, or fire coming off him. See, this is the best artist rendition of Molten.
Yeah, well, that's what he should be like, right?
Yeah,
so Ditko made him look too much like he looks like just like a Hercules type dude, with, like in gold. Basically, so
this is inside is Jim Mooney art, but on the outside cover, this is Ross Andrew and John Romita. But he eventually dies, this character. But he inside he shows up again. Now there's a big gap. What was that issue? 35.
35. Yeah.
So here we are, at issue 132.
That's a long time.
So you're almost 100 issues later. They bring him back. That's a long time.
Yeah, that is a long time.
Real long time.
That's how many years?
Oh, this is 19. This is 25-cent book. This is gonna be 1975 or 19. Yeah,
so it's about a decade, right? So
yeah, it might be 74. I'm doubting it, but it's probably 1975. So
this is perfect. So we showed you the Steve Ditko's rendition,
yeah.
Right? So now this is, what did we say? This is
Jim Mooney on the inside.
Ross Andrew and Jim Mooney, right? So the artist and inker. So now Bill we were talking about beforehand how this looks like a guy who's melting, who's like kind of hot lava.
Who's molten.
He's burning up, right? That's the way he's supposed to look, right? This is a very good rendition.
See, here you got a little bit down at his feet.
Yeah.
But you still have the Golden Boy look on this cover.
Yes.
And this is a Gil Kane cover in John Romita. And I think inside this is Romita.
So here you can look at Spider-Man as he's fighting him. He's got to wrap his fists in tons of webbing so he doesn't burn himself. Because literally this guy is just burning up to the touch.
Well, what's interesting in this issue is that it's Romita art on the inside, and Jerry Conway is the writer. Paul Raymond is also the art with John Romita. This is May of '74, this book. But Molten Man jumps out of a building at the end of this book with his fight with Spider-Man, and he lands on a fire hydrant, and it breaks. And, of course, molten hot against water, he turns into steam and vanishes. And that's how the issue ends. They supposedly carry over to the next issue and fight a little bit more, but he's not on the cover, so that's why I didn't pull it. But he vaporizes and gets away. And then you don't see him again.
And here he just basically like explodes.
Yeah, at the end.
But
in the beginning of the beginning of this comic, he breaks into a hospital looking for like an injection to try and reverse the process of his Molten Man.
Yep.
So it's almost like he's a scientist for himself, and he confronts this nurse, and I guess he talks her into it. I won't hurt you, do what I say, and she does. and it starts to cure him, and he walks away, and then poof, he turns back into fire again. He's like, I'm a failure. There. I'll always be Molten Man.
Right there. So briefly he was normal, and then boom, he's
it
back
didn't last long.
Yeah,
so of course he gets pissed, and later on he blows up.
Yeah. To me, this is more what the Molten Man should be like, as opposed
to
the
at the end when he blows up, they don't really explain what it is.
No, they just go, so
it's very vague and ambiguous.
Yes.
And he was a very vague and ambiguous character.
Yeah, I like the concept, to be honest with you. It's kind of almost like a play on. You remember the Lava Men?
And this is a great classic of the 30-cent issue runs of the Spider-Man run.
Yeah.
Then the next issue is a Sturgis, the dragon.
Yeah.
Stegosaurus dinosaur guy villain. Weird stuff for Spider-Man. Very weird Spider-Man villain. But there you have Molten Man.
Yes.
Now he's in the Hall of Villain Spotlight of Comic Book Geezer. Now he's made it into the Hall of Fame.
That's right.
So you can go ahead and click the like button now. Thank you.
Yep.
And a notification bell to be kept in the loop every time we have a new video. Click and subscribe if you've never joined us before. If you're new to the show, welcome. Hope you like comics as much as we do.
Because if you don't, I don't know why the hell you're here, right?
Yeah. Comic book nerd stuff. But we're all about the passion and the love of collecting. So that's what we're about. So thanks for being here, as always. Thanks for watching Comic Book Geezers. Going to do another Inside the Cover for you next time. Haven't thought about it yet, but you have to come back and see.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.